Verdansk save COD? Yo, what the f is this?
Yo, you're 1v1? What you talking about, bro?
Bro, my screen is all white. Oh, we found a bug, fellas. There we go. Alright, boys. I'm locked in.
Is it all white, so?
No, I got this, bro. It's just a little... It's unique right now. It's just dynamic.
Trophy? Are you serious?
Hey, now.
Yeah, we did it, team! We did it! Yeah! Helen Keller wins Verdansk. Let's go! You know, guys, before I start today's video, I just want to give a very, very large shout out to everybody that stopped by the stream yesterday, everybody that was a part of the history that I made with the Rick, and shout out to him too, because yesterday's stream was absolutely insane. I mean, we came back to Verdansk, and just like a lot of people, we had, you know, some expectations. We thought, you know, maybe this might be the thing that brings Call of Duty back to the forefront of gaming. And I'll get into whether or not that happened, but the stream was very, very successful, and I appreciate everybody for stopping by. There was a lot of funny moments. I set a world record as the first blind person, Helen Keller, Ray Charles, to get a victory on the return of Verdansk. If you don't believe me, the proof is in the pudding, guys. I set a world record with the Rick. But unfortunately, guys, despite some of the high moments, the hype wins that we had, the world record that I set, if you came to this video or to the stream for an honest, genuine opinion, none of that gooch licking shit, then you came to the right place, because I'm here to give you guys the truth straight up. Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk. It did its job in captivating people for a little bit, a very short time, but in the long run, is this what is going to save Call of Duty? Well, guys, the answer is very, very simple. Fuck! No! Stop it! Ladies and gentlemen, it is worse than you think, okay? Whatever high expectations you had for Verdansk's return and what it meant for the state of Call of Duty going forward, throw it the fuck out. But guys, before I get into it, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Please leave a like on today's video. This video is probably gonna be highly controversial, so the more people that see it, the more people that get upset with the Scatmaster, the better. So leave a like on today's video, subscribe if you're new. We're on the way to 50,000 subscribers. We've been making great progress. You already know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. And guys, let's get straight to it. So the intro clip that you saw in today's video, I'll put it up on the screen once again. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me put up one of these tweets by Scatmaster Charles, who's not being very Scatmasterly-like right now. He comes out with a tweet talking about, this actually might be one of the most stable Warzone updates in years. And my response is my Helen Keller POV of playing Verdansk in one of my last games. Now, if you were a part of the stream, then you saw I loaded into the game into pure white. Just blank. Nothing. And even though I stuck it out through the entire game and we ended up winning somehow, thanks to me, of course, it did its job in getting us hyped for a victory. And after that, it kind of just depleted. The experience, the enjoyment, the quality even, it kind of just got worse and worse and worse over time. Now, one thing needs to be stated, you know, me and the Rick, we're pretty good at the game, we're both iridescent. I haven't played Warzone in God knows how long, but we ended up getting a couple of victories, but for the most part, there was a lot of very, very slow moments where nothing was happening. There was a lot of people camping. I was on very high ping several times, and so was the Rick. And honestly, there was a lot of cheesy shit that really just makes me say, it's exactly what you expect out of Verdansk. Now, unless you think I'm some VPN reverse boosting high top tier streamer that's dropping 40, 50 every single game for the W, then what you saw from my POV as well as the Ricks, that's probably as casual, nonchalant, and honestly as average of an experience as you can get. What I'm trying to say is, unless you're out here being a complete super uber sweat, or unless you reverse boosted your way into short bus lobbies, your time on Verdansk is not only going to be limited, but it's going to be literally everything you expected Verdansk to be. It's going to be a few fun games, but trust me, after like your 4th or 5th, it's going to get boring very, very quickly, man. And honestly, I'm not the only person that holds this sentiment. This is a tweet that comes out from Exclusive Disgrace. I'm happy to see a lot of people are loving Verdansk, but playing Warzone just reminded me why I left in the first place. Maybe I'll check back in 3 more years if it's still around.
You're goddamn right.
Oh, that is a deep cut. I'm not gonna lie. That's if you're a gooch licker out there, you're probably not very happy. And as the SCAD master, I gotta tell you, man, Warzone Verdansk is one of the most overrated, most overhyped experiences I have had in Call of Duty in quite some time. Now, when it comes to this whole "oh my god, Call of Duty saved, Verdansk saved Call of Duty!" Yeah, no matter how much gooch you have lodged in the back of your esophagus, it's not gonna change the fact that this isn't saving COD. Okay, let's be straight up. And before you want to start throwing these numbers around at me, I might have a dedicated video on this very subtopic right here. The numbers for Verdansk's return are not as impressive as you think. Here is another tweet from Scatmaster Charles. He says, Call of Duty has now reached its highest player count on Steam in 2025, passing 112,000 players on launch day of Verdansk.
Oh, right, yeah. Ice cream.
Now, I know a lot of the gooch slickers are out there celebrating like this is the rebirth of Christ, but guys, don't make me do this. Please, come on. I know I'm the SCAD master. I know I'm supposed to rage bait for views and all that. Please, don't make me ruin the party. Do I gotta ruin it? Okay. Alright, I'll do it. 112,000 peak, at least at the time of the screenshot, on Steam for the return of Verdansk Day 1, when the biggest streamers are all playing at the exact same time, is not as impressive as you think. Before this, the entirety of Call of Duty was sitting at around like 40 to 50k on Steam on any given day, and to just barely double that for what is supposed to be the savior of Call of Duty going forward, I'm sorry, man, I'm just not buying the hype. I don't think this is as impressive as you think. It's definitely overrated and overhyped as all shit, and it still needs to be said, man. We had updates last year in MW 2019 Part 3, not even the launch of that game, but certain updates of last year's game that had higher numbers than this. And yes, that still includes Steam, that still includes Battle.net, all the other consoles, and Xbox and PC Game Pass. So whatever cope you have about last year's title and its updates being better than this update, which is supposed to save Call of Duty, save it. Swallow it, alright? I know you gooch slickers are good at that. Utilize your skills correctly. The Scatmaster got himself a W as Helen Keller. I was literally disabled, okay? And I set the world record, the first disabled person to get a W on the Verdansk return, alright? All you other gooch slickers out there that end up winning, I was the first disabled one to get a W on Verdansk, alright? Not you.
Shut up, Mimsy!
Which is why I think I have the expertise, especially after a 5-hour stream, non-stop Verdansk, in a duo, in a quad, absorbing and digesting everything Verdansk had to offer. And in that stream, I think I got everything you needed. I got sent to the gulag, I won my gulags, we landed in several different places, we got our loadouts, we purchased UAVs, we squad wiped people, we had hype moments, we had hype clutches, I fucked up a clutch a couple of times, we got first place, we got like 70th place, we had every experience you could possibly have in Verdansk, and that is exactly my point. Everything has already been done, alright? Which is why I'm saying this is overrated, and if you had very high expectations that this was gonna save Call of Duty, unfortunately, you're just wrong. And when it comes to that quote-unquote very high player count, the Rick is saying give it a few days. I'm saying give it like a week or two. That number is going to plummet back down. I don't think it's gonna hold as much as people think it is. As it stands right now, it's worse than you think. It's genuinely just overhyped slop. There's bugs. I've seen a clip of cheaters already in this.
No! God, please, no! No!
If you're running the Terminator skin or the Rose skin, yeah, it's a pay-to-win operator skin. In certain dark areas, I'm not joking, you cannot see it. There's pay-to-win, there's cheaters, there's still server problems sometimes. There's the bug and glitch that I showed from my POV where you're essentially just flashbanged the entire time. I mean, it's really like a Lisa Ann POV. Nothing but white. All across my goddamn face, you know what I mean? Guys, once you get past the entire nostalgic factor of everything, where you're getting your first W's back, it's your first time loading in, it's your first time going to the gulag, good goddamn job, I guess. Once you get past reliving some of those core memories that you used to have back in the pandemic, Warzone Season 3 and Verdansk is quite literally just any other update. The only reason the player count skyrocketed on Steam for day one, as I predicted by the way, is because everybody's been calling this the Call of Duty savior, like this was supposed to do some grand old job. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was gonna do like 200,000 to 300,000 on Steam alone. Low 100,000s, I'm sorry, again, it's not that impressive. Guys, I wish I had better news for you, okay? I wish I had a different POV or perspective. I wish I could tell you that, hey, if I were to play Verdansk tomorrow, I'm gonna have a totally different experience, but the reality is, I'm not. And neither will you, and neither will any gooch-licking content creator that's out there playing it right now. I can only imagine how many people are all over Twitter, how many content creators are on stream right now talking about, oh my god, Call of Duty's actually back, I'm actually surprised, oh my gosh, 2 thumbs up, 1 in the air, 1 in my ass. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, some of the people spewing that garbage nonsense out, they're being compensated by Activision. Obviously, they're gonna say something extremely positive, which is why we gotta bring back the quote, guys, where there's a gooch licker, there is a scat master, and unfortunately, I have to be the one, and I'm assuming there's gonna be other people too. I gotta stomp on the party, I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, but it needs to be done. This Verdansk return is not saving Call of Duty, certainly not in the long run. Maybe in the short term for like the next couple of weeks, kind of, but realistically, if you haven't tried it out yet, I mean, maybe if you have the storage for it, if you have the time for it, if you're really that curious, maybe play it, give it a try, but I can kind of guarantee you that after a few games, you're just kind of gonna get bored.
4 fucking seconds!
And unless you're like this high-tier streamer that's getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars per stream to play it, I don't really think the interest is gonna survive that long. And whatever gripes you used to have with Warzone, whether it be like the looting system or the vehicles or the one-shot kill weapons and the high TTK and the slow movement and how many people are camping and all those other issues you used to have with Warzone, whatever you expected it to be given your memories from back then, I'm gonna be the one to say it. It's either worse than you expected or exactly what you expected. But guys, as it stands right now, I gotta reiterate it, man. It is worse than I expected, okay? I had like moderate expectations for it, and I'm not gonna lie, once again, the first few games were actually quite satisfying, but once you get past the nostalgic factor of everything, it kinda just goes back to being the same old, same old. And when it comes to Black Ops 6 Season 3, I know I haven't talked about that yet either. I guess you'll have to wait until the next video to see what I think about it, but just to give you a very quick spoiler, it's kinda like Verdansk. My expectations were kind of moderate-ish, but leaning on the lower side, and honestly, those expectations were still not met.
God damn it!
Which, yeah, that's not a good sign, but Call of Duty is so bad, yay, Verdansk saved COD! But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. If you have any thoughts on Verdansk's return, let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.